Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Civil Edu Next. Myself Maitri Dave, Assistant Professor at LJIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about angular measurement. So let's start our lecture number 3 for angular measurement. But before that, let us recall what we have learned in previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have discussed two topics. First is the terms related to angular measurement. Terms like meridian, right, bearing of line, declination, dip of magnetic needle, and different measurement of bearing. It can be of WCB, QB, and RB, right? So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the concept of forebearing and back bearing and the examples of computation of interior angle. It is a very important topic for today's lecture, right? So without wasting much time, let's start our first topic, which is of forebearing and back bearing. So now, what is the forebearing? Let's assume this is my survey line EB and this is the north-south, east-west condition at both the station A and B. Now, if I want to calculate angle in forward direction, that is known as the forebearing. It means you can say that forebearing is something that the bearing of line measured in the forward direction of survey is called as the forebearing, right? Same, if I measure the angle in the backward direction of survey line, it is known as the back bearing of that line, right? So that is the concept for forebearing and back bearing. You can see over here from station A's north, I am measuring angle in clockwise direction to my next survey station, right? And for back bearing, if for the same line, it means the line AB is same, from station B's north, I go to my survey line AB in clockwise direction but in backward direction, as from A to B is forward and B to A is backward. So that is the concept for forebearing and back bearing, right? Now, we know there are two systems, WCB and QB, to measure the angles. So for WCB, I can say that an equation is there, because you can see clearly in this figure that the difference of forebearing and back bearing should be 180. It means I can say if my forebearing of any line is less than 180 degree, I can calculate my back bearing simply adding that value to 180. Same way, if my forebearing of any line is greater than 180, my back bearing is equal to forebearing minus 180. So whenever it is high, you can simply minus it. Whenever it is low, you simply add it, right? But for quadrantal system, the forebearing and back bearing are numerically same, but quadrants are opposite, right? Because the value of 0 to 90 degree range are always same for all the quadrants, right? But the quadrant itself changes as the line passing from the one quadrant to the another quadrant. It means it's opposite quadrant. So if I talk about the third quadrant, then the quadrant of that line in the next, if I extend it, then it can be of first quadrant, right? But the value of 30 degree or 45 degree is same for this particular line, right? That is the concept for quadrantal system. Now, let's discuss the example of conversion from forebearing to back bearing. So you can say here that forebearing of line AB is 140. Now, I have to identify the back bearing. You can see here 140 is greater than 180 or less than 180. It means the equation is if something is less than, I have to add it. It means the back bearing is equal to forebearing plus 180. It means its value is simply 320 degree. So this is the simple method when I don't have back bearing, or if I simply want to cross check my readings that I have taken on field, I can do the calculation with respect to this equation, right? For second example, you can see forebearing of line BC is 250 degree and I want to identify the back bearing. It means here it is greater than 180 degree. It means I have to minus it. So that here you can see I get the answer as 70 degree. So this is the method which is used for conversion from forebearing to back bearing, right? Now let's discuss the third example where the forebearing of line AB is north 40 degree east. It means now it is in quadrantal system. And as I said, in quadrantal system, the value is same, but the quadrants are opposite. It means value 40 is same, but when I say northeast, it means the first quadrant, it means the opposite is the third, it means southwest. So back bearing of line AB can be written as south 40 degree west, right? In the fourth example, you can see forebearing of line BC is south 58 degree west. It means back bearing of BC got again the value are same, quadrants are opposite. It means the opposite quadrant, it means the first quadrant, north 58 degree east. So that is the example for the quadrantal systems, right? Now, let's discuss the example of computation of interior angles, right? Now, to compute the interior angle of any traverse, let us discuss first the data that one have from the field. So, the details of observed bearing are mentioned below. Find out the included angle and also correct the angles if needed to be corrected. Here, this is the table given or the angles taken from the field. Here you can see a table in which what things are mentioned. First is the line AB, BC, CD, DA. It means these are my survey lines. And for that, forebearing and back bearing value is mentioned, right? So now, how to calculate the interior or the included angle for particular this traverse, right? So, this system is of WCB system. For that, how I can calculate my answer? So here, first of all, we have to plot the traverse ABCD according to the forebearing of each line. So for that, what we have to do? First, we have to plot point A. Here, now you can see, I have marked the range 0, 90, 180 and 270 to make it easy, right? Now, in table, you can see that line AB's forebearing is of 20 degree 30 minutes. It means the first quadrant, even if you don't know the quadrants, you can identify the line as the ranges are mentioned over here. It means from 0 to 90, I have to mark one line to station B, having the angle of 20 degree 30 minutes in forward direction, right? Now, from B, again I have marked this kind of calculations 0, 90 degree, 180, 270. Now you can see in this table from line BC, I have to go in forward direction at 110 degree. It means from second quadrant, my line will be pass. Now I get my third point C, having the same value 0, 90 degree, 180, 270 and 360, right? Now from C to D, the value is of 195 degree. It means the third quadrant. Likewise, from D to A, the value is from the fourth quadrant, having a value of 286 degree 30 minutes. Now you understand how I can plot the four bearings, right? Because I have put the value in forward direction only now to make a complete traverse. Now for back bearing, you know that you have to go from the north of that particular line to the survey line. It means line AB, I have to draw in such a way north of B to the survey line AB, north of C to the survey line BC, north of D to the survey line DC, and lastly north of A to the survey line AD. Now, here on screen you can see if I want to calculate the angles, right? At that time, I have to simply minus two angles. It means for angle A, I can simply do calculation in such a way that 106 degree minus 20 degree 30 minutes will give me the answer of angle A. Same for angle B. From 200 minus 110 will give me the answer of angle B. I am trying to say you that if I do the calculation with respect to forebearing and back bearing, I get the answer of the interior angle. Now for that, I have to draw one table. Here on screen, you can see station ABCD are there. Their respective lines are there. Line AB, BC, CD and DA. And likewise, their forebearing and back bearing value are also there. But if you see over here, for station A, line AB and its forebearing and Same for station A, line DA and its back bearing is mentioned, because whenever you are at station A, in forward direction you can visualize station B, and in backward direction now you can visualize the end point of traverse. It means your point D. That is why you are mentioning your line DA, and from your given table you are taking the back bearing of line DA in this table, right? Here you can see that calculation is in such a way that angle A can be calculated by simply back bearing of DA minus 4 bearing of AB. It means the answer is of 85 degree 30 minute. Here, this answer is the interior angle. How you can know this? You can identify this from the traverse only, that it is an interior angle or the exterior angle, right? Next, if I want to calculate the angle B, then I have to simply minus the 4 bearing of BC from the back bearing of AB. It means a 90 degree, which again gives me the interior angle. And then angle C, which is the answer of 95 degree and 30 minute by minusing the 4 bearing of CD from the back bearing of BC, right? Again, it is an interior angle. But for D, it is different. While I am simply deducting back bearing of CD to the 4 bearing of DA, I will get the answer as 271 degree 30 minute. It is the exterior angle. Now, whenever we get the exterior angle, we have to simply minus it from the 360 degree to get the interior angle. So, this is the 88 degree 30 minute, the interior angle. Now, whenever you get all the angles, you simply do the summation of all the angles, so that you can calculate its check. For check and correction of interior angle, one equation is there, right? One equation says that 2n minus 4 into 90 should be equal to the sum of interior angles. So here you can see the sum of interior angle that we calculated is 359 degree 30 minute, but it should be 360 minute, because it is always said that 2n minus 4 into 90 is the correct answer. It is the equation for check. So now I can say the error is there. For calculating error, we have to do 359 degree 30 minute minus 360 degree. It means minus 30 minute. Now, something is less, then I have to add it to balance it. It means for correction, I have to add 30 minutes. But to which angle I have to add this? So that I simply divide it by the number of angles. It means angle ABCD. It means 30 minute divided by 4. So that I can equally distribute this correction to all the angles. Then I will get the answer as 7 minute 30 seconds, right? So, you can see in this table that angle ABCD that we have calculated, now we are providing the correction of plus 7 minute 30 second, and then we are trying to do the summation at the end. You are getting the 360 degree value. It means now it is matching with the equation of check. Now you can say your angles are correct and your interior angles are fine as per given data, right? So this is the way you can calculate the examples for calculation of interior angles, right? Now let's see the next example, right? So here the example says the details of observed bearing are mentioned below. Find out the included angle and also correct the angles if needed to be corrected. Here on screen you can see the table in which the line AB, BC, CD and DA having the value of 4 bearing only. But we don't have the value of back bearing. But we know that we can calculate the back bearing values, right? So what are the steps one should follow? So first of all, this is the quadrantal system. It means we have to find the back bearing of all the lines, where in quadrantal system, the 4 bearing and back bearing are numerically equal, but quadrants are opposite. And then we have to plot the traverse and then we find the angles, right? So here you can see how we can calculating the back bearing. Here for line EB, 4 bearing of north 45 degree east. It means the value for back bearing is same 45 degree, but when I say northeast, the opposite angle is of third quadrant southwest. Same for the line BC, it is northeast, it means for back bearing it is southwest having the same value of 75 degree. Same the CD line, it means southwest, it means the third quadrant is given, it means we have to provide the first quadrant, which is northeast of having value 35 degree. And lastly, for DA line, northwest, it means the southeast having the value of 65 degree. So that is the concept, right, to calculate the back bearing. Now, through this table, we are trying to plot the traverse. So first, it is the point A where north, south and east, west are drawn, and to that, in the forward direction of 45 degree, we go to the station B. Likewise, from station B, we go to the next station C, which is of 75 degree. Then from station C to D, having the angle of 35 degree. Now you can see we are putting value according to the quadrants. In line AB and BC, with respect to north we go, but in line CD we go from the south to the west in 35 degree in clockwise direction, right? Now from D to A we go from north to west having the value of 65 degree. So this is the way through which we plot the traverse by plotting the forebearing values. Now we plot the back bearing value. It means from given quadrant, it means for line EB, we go from the south to the west at 45 degree. For line BC, we go south to the west at 75 degree. From line CD, we can say from north to east at 35 degree. And for line DA, we go south to east at 65 degree as shown in this figure. Now you can see this is the traverse ABCD completed by putting all the values of forebearing and back bearing, right? Now the question is same. I have to identify the interior angles. Now you can see in this traverse at angle A. If I talk about angle A, I can get the angle A by simply putting the values in such a way that 180 minus the forebearing of line AB plus the back bearing of line DA gives me the answer of angle A. So here if I do the calculation, I will get the answer as a 70 degree. This is my angle A. Now for angle B, you can see on screen, for angle B, I have to simply do 180 minus forebearing of BC plus back bearing of AB. So that my answer is in such a way that it is of 150, right? Now I can say you can make the equation based on the traverse only. So the first step of making traverse is very important in terms of quadrantal system. Or even in WCB system, you only identify whether it is the interior angle or exterior only if you have drawn traverse very well, right? Now let's discuss this angle C. So angle C can be calculated as back bearing of BC minus forebearing of CD as shown in this traverse, right? So now I get the value as 40 degree. And lastly, angle D. It means to calculate angle D, I have to do the summation of these two angles. It means the back bearing of CD and the forebearing of DA. So my answer is 100 degree. So now I can say if I have all the angles for check, I have to do summation of all the interior angle first. Then I will get the answer as 360 degree. And now I have already equation for check of interior angle which says that 2n minus 4 into 90, which is giving me the value as a 360. Now here you can see both the values are same. It means there is no need for correction. As well as you can see that above founded values are corrected ones. There is no need for the corrections, right? So this is all for this kind of examples. So in today's lecture, we have discussed what is forebearing and back bearing and what are the examples. It is very important to know the terminologies first and do the calculations later. I hope you all understand these two topics in detail. See you soon in the next lecture. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel Civil Engineers.